Hey, yo, what's up? Hey, so we're going to finish off FF7 today.
What?
I know.
You can't be done.
So I gotta say one thing.
It only took 4 years.
Yeah, it actually did literally only take 4 years. So yeah, I gotta say that I'm feeling a little empty because I've actually never beat FF7. I've beaten the game, but I've never beaten it with like doing Emerald Weapon and all that stuff. And
so once you're done, that's it. You never get to pick this game up again.
I don't know.
Also, it's gonna be super anticlimactic because like even like Sephiroth is just like super.
So we're gonna stop here real quick because we want to talk to this guy. He tells you how many fights you fought and how many times you escaped, and I'm kind of curious. Oh wow, only 1228. It seems like more.
That seems like a lot.
And then he tells you how many times you ran, which I guarantee is like 150. Dude, but no, the thing is, when I was grinding, I was like really grinding, so I'm surprised it's not like 2K. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't tell you to get into a fight. I kind of forget. Let's try one more time. I kind of forget how this thing works. But eventually it tells you how many times you have. Oh. I've escaped 25% of the time.
Wow.
Not being 0.
Dude, yeah, freaking right. I used to try to do that and be like, "Ow, well that counts like 0," and then I'm like an adult now, and I'm like, yeah, I'm escaping this dumb battle. Cause you get to a point in the
being an adult is still playing video games, but escaping from JRPG battles.
Yep. It is. Oh, you know what? Actually, have I shown you guys like the top of the of the crater? Like, have I shown you guys on screen entering the crater? I don't think I have. Nah, so I'll do that real quick. So here's the crater up here. It's the most northern part. It's the part that the Junon cannon fired at, and it's where Sephi is. Yeah, if you can beat Emerald and Ruby Weapon, you will like have no chance of losing. In fact, I didn't even famous last words. Didn't even practice Sephiroth because. Because, like, legit, if you could beat Emerald and Ruby Weapon, they are, like, 10 times harder. There's, like...
You already were here.
Huh?
You were already down here.
I don't think I did it on screen. I think I did it off screen when I was trying to find the Tonberries.
I think... Yeah, maybe.
Whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, just for the sake of the viewers and stuff, I'm going to show them the...
I'm pretty sure you showed, like, this in the first screen, but that's it.
Yeah. So we're gonna head down to the. It's really not that long. It's kind of a cool area that's set up and all that. If you go up there to the top, you just exit. So although when you walk in they say we gotta be prepared, you can easily leave at any time. This is where I would be using Enemy Away if I had one. It's a Timmy Turner's dad reference. Okay, never mind. But no. Fairly Odd Parents is cool. So I think I mentioned.
Why don't you have Enemy Away?
I think I mentioned it on screen, off screen before. But Enemy Away is a materia you can only get from winning the Chocobo races.
Wait, let me guess. It makes the enemies stay away.
Yes.
Oh.
it decreases the amount of random battles you get into. So the thing is, you only get it. I think I said it before, so bear with me, YouTubers. You only get it from winning the Chocobo races, but you also have to win it out of one of those 15 slots that has, you know, the random items you get. It's completely random, and also, I probably Chocobo raced a couple hundred times. I mean, when you get a fast Chocobo, it literally only takes like 30 to 45 seconds to do a race, but it's like very arduous. Like it's just like, ugh, am I doing this again, right? And especially when you know something is, hello? When you know something is random, it's like, and you have no control over it, it takes everything away. So I only saw Enemy Away 2 or 3 times out of the hundreds and hundreds of times that I Chocobo raced. And every time I won, but if you don't win and get the right RNG, you don't get a chance to get it. So I gave up, so I couldn't get that materia. It's the only 2 materia.
You would have only had to race like 10 or 15,000 times.
I guess some people just get lucky, because I was reading some old school GameFAQs ones where some people were like, I raced today for like 8 hours and I didn't see it.
My God.
And there were some that were like, dude, I got him like the 4th try. So like legit, it's just random. It just...
Dude, I bet since there's 100% speedrun that has to get in, I bet there's some sort of like weird speedrun RNG manipulation where you get it after a certain point.
Hello?
But there's no way that they would have the run and just be like, hope I get enemy away at this point. Or they
Hello? I couldn't run away from an enemy that was petrified. Good lord. There's got to be something. I even thought I thought of going as far as to find the person who has the record and like find their Twitter and ask them, but I was like, you know, if I have to do this, if I have to like ask the world record holder how to get an item that's like easily in the game, maybe I gotta rethink my life. So I did. Nope.
Me.
Yeah, did you see that? That's not what's supposed to happen. Oh my god! So, back attack. Ooh.
I think that one single jump is why in Advent Children, like Cloud is just able to fly.
It's just like, hey, remember FF7 where he was a human? No, bro. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this game, since we're drawing to an end, it really is a classic. It really is, although it's not the deepest RPG, and although it's not, like, the best, it is extremely memorable. It has extremely memorable characters and settings.
I mean, as a full package, it might be the best JRPG.
It's a meme. It is a meme that, like, FF7 best game of all time, but it really is a great game. It really, really is.
Like, something like my favorite JRPG, like Chrono Cross, is like... I can point like at like 5 things where it's just like they ran out of time and this game's not finished.
So I want now. Like I said, I wanted to show you guys the the going to the crater. I actually have a save file saved right there that has all my materia set up and everything. When you fight Sephiroth, he will draw other characters in. So I made sure that all my characters have at least a little bit of materia, so they're not going in like just whatever. You can pretty easily beat Sephiroth at, like, level 60 or 70, and not even having very good materia things, so most people being at 99 should be
You should play him with 0 materia.
I'd probably still win.
I know, just to show you could. That'd be kind of interesting. Since you already did all your materia stuff for the weapons. You know what I mean?
Maybe I just won't use it. Alright,
so in a thread on GameFAQs about Enemy Away, all these people are talking about, like, all their troubles, and then, of course, there has to be this guy. Titus, I guess, is that from 10?
From
right?
10, yeah.
6135. I actually have 3 Enemy Aways. Had no trouble with those. No other information. Great.
That's that dude.
Thanks, guys.
That's that dude that goes to a like PC problem thing and is like, I never had that problem. Close this thread, moderator. Close it. It's like you're the worst. That's worse than hearing any sort of what you call it. So these are tonberries. We're not gonna fight it because whatever. But they're pretty cute, huh?
I'd love to be a mod for a game like this where like someone's like, how do you get enemy away? And I'd just be like, shouldn't have pirated your game and close that thread.
That rules.
Sometimes mods are goat. So this is the area, by the way, where I grinded most of my AP and stuff like that, and I'll show you why. So these things right here, they're called magic pots. They say give me elixir.
God help you if you use the Mega Elixir.
So you give them an elixir. For some reason, I'm going to give them 2. Whatever.
But,
and so if you don't give them an elixir, you can't fight them, right? Like, nothing will happen. Like, it just won't take any stuff. But if you give them an elixir, you can fight them, and they're very easy. And
oh, dude, that's way different. I was doing FF5 and Magic Pots. Just they need a random amount of elixirs before they like.
And they give you the experience doesn't matter, but they give you 1,000 AP, which is really, really good. And there are times where you'll fight 2 of them at a time. And hopefully I can show you this other enemy. It's just a silly little enemy called a mover. It looks like just like a little like bouncing circle. There's 3 of them you fight at once, and they give you 800 apiece, so that's 2,400. And then if you put, like, the stuff, like, Knights of the Round, the stuff that you need to get a ton of AP, you put that on triple, you're getting 2,448, 7,200 each time you fight the movers. So
Wow.
It's not bad. You, I would say you fight either movers or magic pots maybe, if you're lucky, 1 out of every 2 times, and worst case scenario, like, maybe 1 out of every 4 times. This is the worst one, because these guys just, they don't... See, like, okay. I'll show you this real quick. This is why I ran away from enemies, right? So, like, these enemies are right near the end of the game, right? And clearly it's taking much... If you're looking at it for just time, it's taking much longer, right? Like, this... It's just taking forever, and they're, like, not strong, they're not anything, right? And, when you beat it, you get, like, nothing in comparison. There's, like, no reason to fight those enemies because... you get 140 compared to 1,000 for, like, an easier fight. So, I would just run from those, and I'd run from Tonberries, because they're actually hard. And they don't give you that much. Show me the movers. Show me movers! Oh. Tonberries are pretty hard. If they get close to you, they can pretty much insta-kill one of your characters.
I never saw that, like, a Tonberry has, like, a dolphin tail. It's actually kind of weird looking.
Yeah, they are odd enemies. So, let's head down to the bottom. You actually find... See, one of the major problems I have with this game, I guess it's not so major. I mentioned it before. A lot of the really good materia you get at the... I'm just going to attack this because it'll never let me leave on a back attack. A lot of the really good material you get in this game, you get way late. Like in this screen, which is like 3 screens from the bottom, from the end of the game, right? You get like some pretty good material. You get some sort of like a special counter material or something like that. And it's like so close to the end of the game that you get this stuff. You know? And it's like... Yeah, you get it actually right down there at the bottom right there. So it's like, what's the friggin' point? And you actually get some materia here, and this is what's known as the point of no return. Once you go past, I think you start jumping down here. You can't leave then. All right, that's the last dance. Shut up, Kate. Sid's after my own heart. Wow, Vincent. Don't gush too much. Alright, so... Actually, I do want to have Fury on because whatever. Cool. Let me show you some materia stuff real quick. It's pretty much the same as last time. We got Final Attack Phoenix, got some HP pluses, double 4 times cut is great. Clouds is very simple.
Take it all off.
Yeah, take all of it off. So Final Attack Revive, it's all just very, very standard stuff. Quadramagic Comet, because I didn't have anything to put it with. I actually gave a lot of those master materias to my non-main characters, so if they're brought into the fight, they can just easily be like, well, this one's cool. Attack with paired... oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought it was going to be cool, but I put a green magic with it. No, not yet. Let's get going, baby.
Let's mosey.
So on the 15-hour 100% run, like 4 comments are like, would have been nice if you filmed the chat as well. Gotta have a complaint about 15 hours.
Dude, every speedrun I watch on YouTube does not include the chat. Well, almost everyone doesn't include it.
It's like, yeah, but for this it would have been nice because
that's because
you were talking to the chat, so it would have been nice.
I like Twitch, right? And I like speedrunning, right? Chats are cancer.
Oh, 100%.
They just are. And I feel bad for a lot of the speedrunners who have to, like, constantly be like... I mean, they technically are your, your clientele, but the fact that they have to constantly be, like, answering these dumb questions from the chat, it's like, ugh. It'd be nice if we saw the chat. Like, get out of here. No, it wouldn't. Like, sometimes when, like, you can't see the chat and they answer the chat and they're like, oh, that's super funny. It's like, yeah, dude, it probably wasn't that funny. This is goat music for this. So yeah, this is the point of no return where you can't come back because the frame rate's too low, and it just won't let you. You fight a pretty cool enemy here. Not this one. Oh no!
It's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool. I think it's called a dragon zombie. Wow, that is a strong enemy for Sid not to be taking 9999. Also, every character has their ultimate weapon equipped except for Vincent, because Vincent's death penalty is based on the amount of, the attack's based on the amount of enemies killed, and I have used him for only just enough to get his limit break, so he is very, very weak for that. He probably killed like 100, whatever the bare minimum is, 150 enemies. Yeah, this enemy. It's called...
Body tail? Oh, that's the skill.
Ah, dang it. I wanna see what this thing's called. Okay. I forget.
It's like Dragon Ball.
Dragon Zombie or something like that. It's a cool enemy, though. And also, it's an enemy that you can get, an enemy skill from, which doesn't make any sense, because it's like...
The end.
You can't leave.
Right.
Again, this is an excellent game. It really is. The stuff that I go through, besides the Chocobo racing, Chocobo breeding and racing is too RNG and too bogus. A lot of the other stuff I mentioned are like very nitpicky stuff from playing this game a billion times. I'm gonna try to keep my limits for Sid and Yuffie. Just so I
All
can...
creation's literally worse than 4 times cut.
Actually, it is, you're right.
You should set it to that one.
You want me to? Yeah, it is a... Doom of the Living is pretty cool.
So,
Check this out. So we're gonna go to limit. We're gonna set the limit level. Yeah, 0. Get wrecked.
Oh, had to do that.
Speedrun strat's gone.
So, in that 15-hour run, there's a comment where this guy goes, I know a way to defeat Ruby Weapon in about 45 seconds. I'm putting up a video soon. As far as I know, I found this glitch. This was 6 months ago, okay? Then in the comments, without, this is the first comment, it's him, without Knights of the Round. Then this guy, 3 weeks later, where is the video? So this is, then he goes, then another one, 3 months later, still no video. Then the guy again, I'll add it, don't worry. Then another one, no you don't. And he goes, yes I do. And then another comment, oh well, I guess you sure showed me then. And then he's just waiting until he gets lucky enough to roll game over while recording. Then, bullshit, there's only, sorry, one way to beat Ruby.
Sorry, YouTube
I
Liz!
set this video to mature.
Knights of the Round and or Lucky Sevens or Kate Smith's limit game over, there's no glitch. What, spam Hades and use Omnislash? Figured that crap out when the game came out. Then, 6 months later, still 5 vids and no Ruby Weapon vid. People are still checking up on this guy 6 months later.
Excuse me, sir.
You did make a claim on the internet, and then you did not follow.
Oh, yeah, huh?
You're kidding. People on the internet not following through? That's incredible.
My dad works for
People on the internet
FF7.
making ridiculous claims and then not following through. 6 months later, still no video.
And especially, like, following up with, like, the creator being like, where is it? He's like, oh.
And it's not even, it's like a comment on another guy's
That guy
thing.
that guy should just literally delete his channel. He got
That'd be amazing.
He got wrecked. No, he should delete the channel and then like make an alt account, feel like, oh, it was up, but then YouTube took it down. Oh, I gotta find the source file. I'd lost it and stuff.
Yeah, as soon as I uploaded, I deleted it because it was so big. I didn't have space.
It was a 45-second video of amazingness. So we got technically 2 more bosses.
1 FPS.
Literally
That's
1 frame
the
per
boss
second.
to the PS1.
So this is the last form of Genova, and I would say the second coolest looking one. The Genova you fight after Eris dies being probably the coolest one. What is that? Genova Life, because it's birth, life, and death. Although all the Genovas look pretty cool.
Boy, I wonder if you're gonna win.
Yeah, right.
You're immediately gonna spam like an amazing limit.
Yeah, Sid's limit is the second. Might be the best in the game, actually.
I think maybe the technical best is Barrett's.
Oh, the catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's-
god.
it's just
oh
every-
my god.
Every individual bullet is a hit.
Genova's dead. What's next?
Dude, literally, like, there's some games where the optional bosses aren't that much harder than the final bosses, and you're like, but like legit, Emerald and Ruby Weapon are so much harder than anything else in this game that it's like, if you can beat them, what's the like? I don't know.
Like original Japanese FF7 not even having the weapons, it's like, what's the point of any of this?
Yeah. Well, like, because the final boss is not hard, so, like Trevor said, Japanese FF7, the original one, does not have Emerald and Ruby Weapon. So why would you even bother with these crazy materia combinations? Why would you need, like, unless you were doing a low-level run, why would you be like, oh man, I need Final Attack Revive, because I'm just constantly dying every attack to Sephiroth. It's like, lights. Heh.
Is this death? Oh.
So we were talking. I was talking earlier about, just like might not be the best. Excuse me, the best.
Damn, man.
RPG out there, but I will say that I think it would be very hard to find a part of any RPG that's better than Midgar. I really do think this game's so weird in that the beginning of it is so different from the rest of the game. Once you leave Midgar, you're like, it almost feels like a different game, And Midgar's just
Yeah, because you go
fantastic.
straight to calm. And
I love the background
The
effect of
pacing
JPEG
dies.
artifacts. Just like
You like that?
or I guess that's more like video compression with the squares.
My front legs and hind legs.
And my other legs.
Thanks, Red.
my awkward translation.
Holy, holy is there. Thank you, Eris. I like their swimming motions. Yeah, about that.
Please pick Barrett and Red and just.
Wow, they literally let you do that? Great. Yo, look where I am. Question, 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 question. Ah, that's right. Okay, Barrett. Okay, so Red and Kate Sith are the worst. So then I'll do Tifa and Kate Sith, because Tifa's pretty strong. Oh, and like I said, everyone has some pretty good stuff on. The defense, bolt armlet, fire armlet, that's all pretty good stuff. It's nothing
You better
amazing.
set their materia, though.
Done! Get wrecked, Parker!
Dude, all this effort and they're probably not even gonna appear.
Yep. It only took me like 10-15 minutes to get everything all set up.
We're up to that 15 minutes.
I would have wasted it anyway. So yeah, like I said, I gave a lot of these like masters and whatever to. That's right. Kate Sith, I was like, I got to the point where I was like, yeah. It's like, what's the point? It's like I have stuff like 4 times cut. It's like, I got to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put Odin on. I'm gonna put the original
put all of the
Bahamut.
summons on.
Why? No,
That's
but the thing is, it
stupid.
lowers their HP so much.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh my gosh. Just one more time. Is the prayer of Avalanche. Gotcha. Oh, they moved around. That's cool.
Like, Kate Sith is, like, not even connected to the puppet. That's really weird.
Whoa. That's
Nice-
some
nice effect.
That's some 1997, bro. Oh yes. this music. Do you guys like winning?
Think about the sequence.
You really have to think about this.
I gotta think about using high wind.
And 4 times cut, which you don't even have to like think about what it like aims at. You just hope it's not the core.
I killed something.
I'm dead. Okay.
This one's called Bizarro Sephiroth. So Demi 3 takes 3/4 of your life,
Wow.
which is why I took exactly
Actually,
down to 2,500.
Something else dead. Not really.
Aurora Fence. It's a pretty cool one. Nice. Let's just
Just here, drink. Need it.
Wait, I don't even have to switch them? Nice.
Yeah, I don't think you do. Dead.
Good lord.
wait, that's it?
I told you this is gonna be super.
Dude,
like,
legit, if you can beat Emerald and Ruby